try and get better at not public speaking necessarily, but talking to a camera, an invisible audience maybe, an audience of 0 probably. But anyways, this one is about my frustration with the political climate, specifically in regards to, well, that was a couple of cops, in regards to people just don't understand Trump, and they refuse to understand Trump, obviously. You would think after over 8 years, since 2015, so really 10 years of Trump, because he started his campaign in 2015. Maybe not everybody knew him, but, it's been roughly 10 years. You'd think people would, begin to say, well, if the country still wants to elect him, maybe there's something to it. Maybe there's a reason why he keeps on coming up. Maybe it's not because he's fascist, because he already served one term and left. And then he allowed Joe Biden to be the president. If he was a dictator or a fascist, he wouldn't have let that happen. It's just the truth. You can't have a democratic fascist. It just doesn't make sense. Obviously, they're not using the term fascist in a way that actually has any meaning, but it's still annoying. But I constantly see on my Facebook and on Twitter people, kicking and screaming and crying about the latest thing that he did, saying, oh, this is so terrible, this is the worst thing ever, oh, I can't believe he canceled USAID, which actually was helping fund Politico and transgender plays in Peru, and gay operas in Ireland, and also apparently a social media platform used to overthrow the government of Cuba. Why is our international development organization trying to overthrow the government of Cuba, which, by the way, was apparently paid for with funds, as Matt Walsh's enlightened me, paid for by funds that were earmarked for Pakistan. So you could even say that, well, this was, even though the public didn't vote on this, Congress did, and so it's all good. No, they didn't. Nobody voted for that. So it's just an awful organization, and there's so many different things that I could go over. Everything about abortion that's happened, a little bit ago, everything is just either pretty much false or just wrong. There's so many people that are just up in arms at every single thing that he does, the Canada and Mexico and everything he does. Oh, this is the worst thing ever, and here's why. And it's really frustrating to see. I don't like looking at Facebook, which I try not to do often anyways, because social media is not very good for you. But even whenever I do look on there, hello moped, just, okay. Maybe I shouldn't do this while I'm driving, but this should help me with not being distracted. It should let me think on the fly easier because I'm driving and doing this, or it'll get me killed. Let's hope not. But anyways, I don't even know what I was saying at that point. It's just really dumb. Oh yeah, Facebook. Yeah, I see all these on Facebook and Twitter, and you can't fight it all. You just can't fight it all. You can, sit on the internet all day, and you can, debunk everything, even if you're totally right and they're totally wrong. Number one, they're not going to believe you, and you're going to get it pulled into arguments, or no one will see it, or no one will care. There's just a lose-lose situation. Maybe one day, I guess whenever Trump's gone, because as another YouTuber has pointed out, all those people have stage 2 to stage 3 TDS, stage 3 being fatal, unfortunately. When I say fatal, I mean it's incurable. So I guess it's not fatal. It's not going to kill you, but it feels like it. So there's just nothing to do about it. And I want to be able to convince those people that, reality is the way that it is. But there's no way to convince them. Because their reality, their perception of reality is just totally different. So, yeah. I had another optional name for what I would call this, because I called this today's tirade last time, but I had another one that was like vehicle something. It was vehicle vents, but that maybe that's a good pun because vehicles have vents. But I don't think that was it. Anyways. Yeah. That's pretty much it from what I can think of right now. Which I guess is a good, I say a good start. It's a good second video because my first one was very long-winded. I was very distracted. And honestly, I'm more sleep deprived and I worked a longer day today. But I was able to get through the subject at hand pretty quickly. So, that's good enough. Okay. Goodbye.